Okay, doctorarjaybe here. I've got the camera set up for a dumbbell complex challenge that I'm doing. I did this video when I first started with social media videos, and at that time I didn't know how to get the sound properly. I got myself a microphone now, so hopefully the sound will be a lot better. Um, so I'm redoing this video. Usually when I do these videos, I try to do them best I can, but sometimes they don't work out and I have to do another take. This is another take that I'm doing. So when I do that with the dumbbells, it requires a lot of workouts. So I get some extra sets of my workout when I have filming issues. So this is, like I said, the dumbbell complex challenge. Let me explain. A complex is usually at least 5 exercises in a row, sometimes up to 7 I've seen. And the whole idea is that you do one exercise right into the next exercise without stopping. The weights don't hit the floor until you're finished with the complex. So finishing a complex is 1 set, and then if you want, go on to the next set. When I first started doing the complexes, I did 5 reps and 5 sets. I usually try to minimize my rest. I'm an endurance athlete. I've been a runner for 40 years. So I don't need a lot of rest between exercises. And the complex really fits me because I don't have to rest between exercises. I go one exercise right into the next. The other thing about a complex is that they should be arranged so that one exercise flows into the next exercise easily. In other words, if you did an exercise like you're using a dumbbell as a support to do your push-ups, let's say, or a plank, and then you have to do the squat. Well, with the push-up position, you're on the floor, and the squat, you're standing up when you start. So you have to kind of get up off the floor, get your dumbbells into the clean position or something so that you can do the squat next. It just breaks the flow. Likewise, if you did a overhead press, the dumbbells are going to be in this position, but if you did a deadlift next, well, the deadlift starts with the dumbbells would be on the floor. So you have to get from here to the floor. Again, there's not a good flow there. The other problem with doing a deadlift from the floor is with the complex. One of the rules is that the dumbbells or the barbell doesn't touch the floor until you're finished with the complex. Usually what I do with these complexes, I get my dumbbells off the floor first, and then I go one exercise into the next exercise with sort of a flow so that the ending of one exercise leads fairly easily into the next exercise. So just to kind of show that, this is my complex. I do an upright row. And from this position, I can do an overhead press, bring the dumbbells down to this position to do a squat. And all I have to do is to drop the weights and do the bench row. And then from the dumbbells, because they're now here, I do in the remaining deadlift by putting the weights to the mid shin and back up again. So those exercises kind of flow one into the next. And again, the weights never hit the floor until you're finished with the complex. What I'm going to be doing here is 5 sets in a row with no rest. So those dumbbells are not going to hit the floor until I'm finished with all 5 sets. Okay, here goes, guys. Upright row, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overhead press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bent row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining deadlift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upright row. Second set. 2, 3, 4, 5. Overhead press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bent row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining deadlift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Third set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overhead press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bent row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining deadlift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fourth set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overhead press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bent row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Overhead press. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bent row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remaining deadlift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's my 5 sets, 5 reps of each exercise. A little winded right now, but that's okay. Gets to give you a good workout when you're doing something like this. You burn a lot of calories because going one exercise right into the next almost requires some aerobic ability. Because this is a resistant exercise, you burn a little bit more calories with resistance exercises, even though you don't spend as much time with them. This is where the lecture on EPOC comes in. The EPOC is a elevated or excessive post exercise oxygen consumption. If you look for my EPOC lecture, I'll explain it a little bit better, but that's why doing this helps you to lose weight. Okay, and again, if you can do this without rest, it's best. If not, after you finish the remaining deadlift, keep the weights off the floor and just rest for about 30 seconds before going into the upright row. And that way you get a little bit of rest before you start the next set of exercises. Again, because I'm an endurance athlete, I don't really want to do any resting. It's much easier for me to just kind of go right into the next set. But if you have to, like I said, 30 seconds would be optimal. So hopefully you can try this challenge and see if you can finish all 5 sets without needing to put the weights back on the floor, and enjoy, hopefully.